was a terrible, vengeful murderer. Looking back, I cannot comprehend God's love shown through those men. If no one came to preach the gospel to us, the Huaorani people would have had a tragic ending. We would have kept killing each other and we'd be gone.
It's sad to think the previous generations of Huaorani men rarely lived to see their children grow up. And even worse, never knew their grandchildren.
God came to me with a purpose. His Son died on the cross. He has risen and He has given me life. I'm sharing His love with everyone, my people, my relatives, generation after generation, that there is no measure for God's love.
Over the years, missionaries have continued to visit the Huaorani, including Operation Christmas Child. In the last years, Operation Christmas Child has given boxes to the churches in these remote villages, bringing hope and just sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, really. And Minkaya is able now to see their grandchildren getting to know about Jesus and the love that he understood back in the 50s.
In our culture, when we lose someone, there is a void in our hearts. The moment Operation Christmas Child arrived, happiness filled that space. We welcomed you like our lost brothers.
The missionary experience that they lived back in the 50s made a great impact, not only with the gospel and the truth about Jesus Christ, but also the legacy of missionaries.
Through Operation Christmas Child, God has opened a new way for my grandchildren and the children from the communities around us to find true happiness. With these presents, they also get booklets that teach them about God.
In this Huaorani community, they are passionate about training their own people to be pastors, to be missionaries. The greatest journey really will give the Huaorani community a hope for the next generation, for them to be able not only to hear about Jesus Christ, but also to share and to be able to walk with Christ for their entire lives.
For the sake of our grandchildren, it has been so important, because this is the generation that is going to preach the gospel for years to come.
While I spend time hunting and fishing with my grandchildren, my purpose as a grandfather is to encourage them to follow Christ's way. I am convinced God called me with a purpose of sharing my faith with my sons and my grandchildren. I can see within my family how God uses life after life, so others can see that when there is a godly family line, it never fails.
If we live for God, the Huaorani people will have a future. If we forget God, the Huaorani people are not going to survive, because we cannot depend on anyone but Christ alone.
In a little while, I won't be here anymore. And if I don't share with my grandchildren the things I value most, the name Minkaye will be erased, and then the name of God will be erased. But if I continue sharing with them, they will not forget their grandfather, and they will not forget their God.